Nobody's there.
Hey.
Somebody's there. Maybe somebody's there.
So we got
Anybody
some
there?
people here. Let
Oh,
us
we
know
do.
if you can see and hear.
Nostalgic is there.
Howdy, Chance.
And-
Where are you with the Ewings?
Yeah, and
Golly, you don't even say hello anymore. Well, he did say howdy.
yes.
Um,
Okay, Munin is there.
yeah, let's say hey first, Chance, and then we'll let you know where we are with Dallas. Hey Josh, how are you? Yes, everything is still free so far. And
Sick is there.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully you'll
Sean.
be feeling better.
No. Hey, my flock.
My flock is there.
How are you?
Johnny Future.
We got Johnny here. He's counting cards because he got some new cards.
See, read, and hear.
It says hello.
Right.
We got Trevor here. Hey, Trevor. And we got
somebody.
Oh, that's my flock again.
He's still there. He says he loves you both.
That
well, thank
beautiful
you very much.
museum.
Yes,
Thanks.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
So where are we in Dallas? So they had the
and
annual...
I've got something that'll make Nostalgic Pod Blast drool today.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hey doctor, how are you? Hello from the
Springfield,
Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm. Or
I've
not
never been to Massachusetts. David's from Boston.
Yeah.
You guys make any good? Yes.
Yes. The video's not up yet because it's a lot to process. It takes hours sometimes to get those videos processed. So it's just not ready. It'll probably be up tomorrow.
In the Movie Dogs.
And we're going to have a highlight reel as well. Oh, and by the way, Nostalgic Pod Blast and Movie Dogs both have a channel.
Yes, and curious. So is Sick. That's Shane.
Oh.
Sick 2210 Productions.
Yeah.
And My Flock.
Oh, wow.
Has
everybody's got a channel.
So make sure you check them all.
We're in the world of Max Headroom. Max Headroom. Because you remember the TV show on CBS in the 80s, Max Headroom, based on the character from MTV, the digitized host. Everyone had their own television station. Everybody was broadcasting and everybody was fighting for advertising time.
Well, the thing about it now is like the shows that they put on TV now really is most of it is worth nothing. So I'm being honest, and y'all can chime in and tell me if I'm telling the truth. You find better programming on YouTube.
Sometimes you do.
I mean, you watch. Some people they have their Hey Raymond. Some people
Renard.
They have. Oh, sorry, Renard. Some people they do discussions or things like that, or they do like the comic book, the action figures, the music. Others, whatever your interest is, you can find a channel based on that instead of watching whatever they got on Hulu and Netflix and Amazon and all of that stuff. We watch a lot of Tubi and Pluto, got those kind of old channels, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Dynamic Duo, looking forward to sliding down the Bambos and heading to the Gotham City for the evening of fun.
And Action Joe's is here.
Oh yeah, Action Figure Joe's is here. And the Movie Dogs there's his YouTube link.
Yes.
So check out the link, go to the channel so you can get some movie reviews.
But you were saying Dallas.
Okay, so Dallas. The last episode we watched, it was the annual rodeo. So they did the rodeo.
And naturally, all the wealthy and rich people of Texas win all the top spots because television.
And Pam's sister confronted Shanna because everybody knows that Pam's sister Catherine is in love with Bobby, and she acts like she's doing Pam a favor, but she's not.
And it's not love, it's infatuation.
Yeah. So Jana confronted her about it. Oh, I don't think I'm the one in the way. You're in the way. So they had the rodeo. They did that. Who won? What's his name?
Barnes.
No, Barnes didn't win. The brother, the one that just killed the boy, he won. And Bobby
No,
and
Barnes won the trophy
for what?
for Oilman of the Year.
That wasn't the last episode we watched.
Yeah, but that was a better episode because they had a fight
Anyway,
in the restaurant.
Bobby and Jana had a kiss off. And it's like, go get a room. Y'all doing all that in public and everything, kissing just to show off. I mean, it's actually this season is kind of petty. The fighting between Bobby and Mark and Pam and Jana and Catherine is all kind of petty and stupid. And of course, Sue Ellen and her little baby boyfriend. That boy is gonna kill himself.
And they making him look more and more kiddish with like super tight, like high cut shorts and the half shirt that cyclists used to wear so that his belly button is showing and stuff.
Oh, like, Action Figures going to the Dallas GI Joe show in a couple of weeks, and I can't wait. Oh, good for you. Barbecue episodes are the good ones too. Yeah, and they have their yearly barbecue. Pop culture and plastic.
He says a good wintry morning from Sydney.
Whoa,
loving the beard. I'm bearded as well. Keep it going. She wants me to get to this. Her idea, and she wants me to get to the ZZ Top level. And there's Lobo. Lobo Gris is here.
Hey, Robert.
I was in Australia, but I was in Kensington in New South Wales.
Mm-hmm. Is that Axe's real name before she changed it to Morgan? Wow, she changed her name when she was a kid. Oh, she was on Outer Limits, 2-parter, the Inheritors. Okay. Yeah, we watched all of the original Outer Limits and the 80s or 90s version of the Outer Limits. We watched both. So, yeah, she's kind of annoying. She's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I saw that, Johnny. Johnny sent me a picture on Facebook.
Oh yeah, he has some new cards. And
because he likes to open 70s packs of cards because he likes to chew the gum.
Oh,
if you're gonna open packs of wax packs from the 70s, you better chew every savory bit of that gum.
I was wiping dust off my anime Blu-ray collection earlier.
And since while Chance is still in here, and this is something that we picked up today.
Oh yeah, Kay Munin appreciate this too.
It's an original 1977.
Yeah.
This is 1977 Japanese pressing of all the musical scores from Star Blazers.
Big moment is gonna happen at the end of the. Oh God, big moment.
There was a guy there, a vendor there. Hey, Raccoon Eyes. He had boxes full of original Japanese pressings of anime vinyl.
Yeah, he did, and he had about 4 or 5 different Star Blazers, and then he also had The Last Dragon, a Japanese vinyl of The Last Dragon. We didn't get that. Thought to get it, but didn't. I'm sending you an LPH, a stick of gum. You must chew it. Live.
Is it going to come with like a check for $5,000? But and this guy will be back at the next retro.
With
some more of this stuff.
Okay.
So if anybody is looking, because the retro stuff turns up there, you never find.
Yeah.
You never find.
Show some of the stuff you got.
Oh, you don't want to see that, do you?
Yeah, because they already asked. Kay Munin is chomping at the bit.
Yeah?
He wants to know what you picked up.
How about an Imperial Godzilla?
Mm-hmm.
Another one, because I have one. But, they're different colors.
Yeah.
And Nostalgic says, wow, very cool. Yesterday they found they already had that Space 19. Oh, the one that you bought from the vinyl and record show, the CD show.
Yeah.
Because he bought one there, but I guess, that happens.
I love that happens. 90s anime.
But this is the Imperial Godzilla. And it's cool because the color schemes are always different. So you can get 10 of these and they'll all look different.
Yeah, Kay Munin, they have anime vinyl, and he had a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, he had a couple of bins full.
Yeah, he did, and they were in great shape. I mean, the jacket looked good. you know, they didn't look all raggy and
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, they're all like this. I mean, look
they're
how
like brand new, but they're the original from the 70s.
And it's important too because this strip here, that's a separate cardboard sleeve that's over the jacket, and these are often missing. So that's I mean, the condition is just great. I'm like, yeah, because I've been wanting one of those soundtracks.
Pick up the $4 McFarlane Superpowers on clearance at Walmart plus Battle Armor He-Man for $10. Do you collect the new He-Man? No, I don't. I will pick up the vehicles when new vehicles come out, but like I said it earlier in the journey, that I already have like the original Masters of the Universe, the Maddie Club, the Super 7, the 200X. Everybody that had something to do with Masters of the Universe, I got it.
Yeah.
So when the Origins came up, it was like it's just a repeat of the same thing all over again. So I didn't get into that.
And that's the problem with all of that, is that you keep getting the same figures again and again and again and again.
Yeah. So let's see. Star Blazers is awesome. I love that show as a kid. The theme song is epic. LPH is right. Keep the ZZ Top length. Mine is almost there. Kensington is near me.
Did you ever go to Batman Street? There's a Batman Street in Kensington.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's still there because that was in the 80s, but you know. But yeah, and you know, the prices were reasonable enough, but I was tempted on a bunch of things, but this is what I really wanted.
Yeah, I was tempted to get the Last Dragon because I don't know how many if you've seen that movie. It came out when in the 80s,
yeah,
so late 80s.
Classic
80s martial arts film. It's one of those that you can watch a couple of times and still truly enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's always my criteria is if I can watch a movie again, it was good. If I don't ever give a damn if I ever see it again, it was crap. Simple as that. Like we were talking about that today. Black Panther, if I never see that movie again, I won't care. I don't care if it won Oscars. It's not a good film. Relies too much on CGI. I couldn't stand the snarky sister. No one likes a smart ass big mouth teenager in real life. I didn't understand any of their characters except for Killmonger, and he's dead. So I mean, I didn't care for the movie. But Last Dragon, I could watch that again.
Oh yeah, that was
that movie's just fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
And he's got one of the most over the top villains. You know, if there's a top 10 list for over the top like crazy villains, Sho'nuff needs to be on it.
And we recently saw a documentary on this show. The guy that played Sho'nuff didn't even know martial arts at all,
but he could act.
And so he just really just got into it. He was like, well, I can't fight, so I'm gonna just get into the character.
I'll just do whatever.
And he did. But the guy that played Bruce Leroy, he could. He was a martial artist. So
and the actor said that the guy playing Sho'nuff was driving him nuts because he's a character actor. So he was Sho'nuff all the time. Everywhere he went, he was Sho'nuff, whether the cameras were rolling or not. And I'm like, nuts. That they make you crazy.
Action Figs been looking for the good, bad, and the ugly figures, and they look pretty good.
The Clint Eastwood ones.
Yeah, didn't Sideshow or somebody do that?
Sideshow's got those.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my birthday was on Memorial Day. May 27th is my birthday. You had a birthday. Yeah, thank you, Robert.
I also got a collection of these.
Oh, okay.
I'll just show these. Oh no,
okay,
go ahead.
I'll do this one and then then you show your thing. Actually don't have to go to the store. I got protectors here, so I'm here listening. But doing final card
sorting
in case you don't hear from me.
That's okay.
But can't respond. That's cool, Johnny. Okay, let's let David show. He got some cool animation cells.
The guy had these as well. The animation cells, Ninja Turtles with the certificate of authenticities on the back. You remember these? Sold them at, you see that's got a Toys R Us price tag on there for $12.99 from back in the day. like dirt cheap giveaway. I know there's a price on that one. That's because these stickers are not going to come off easy. I got to blow dry them off. I don't know why he put stickers like that on there, but I mean, he really basically wanted like 5 a piece for him.
Yeah, this vendor right here had a lot of good stuff that he just didn't want. I mean, this guy was marking stuff. He was basically giving
everything
away.
Was like $5.
Yeah, everything he had. Yeah, Who's the Master? Man, I want to watch that movie now.
I know. It's a cool film.
Embarrass anyone? Why are you embarrassing somebody? Who got embarrassed?
Nobody's embarrassed.
Chance, go over there and sit down somewhere and drink some water and take 10 deep breaths. Nobody's embarrassed because we don't even know what you're talking about. Overrated. What's overrated? No, not Last Dragon.
Maybe he means
Black Panther.
Very overrated. That film was not good.
I never saw it, so I can't talk on it. You ain't
missing nothing.
I'm sure I'm not.
See the Nintendo 64
I don't know
case.
Why he got that?
These are expensive, and the guy he didn't want nothing for it because he didn't care about it. He didn't know what it was, and I was just like, oh my god, I'll take it because I know what it is.
Killmonger, yeah,
Killmonger was good. His character made sense. I connected with him because I understood what the problem was, why he was the way he was. It made sense. Everyone else didn't make sense, and their acting wasn't very good. His acting was decent. The other the other people in that film, I don't think they did a good job. K-Munin
would know that. Those two figures you showed, they
do
have removed.
It didn't say in the diagram. Alpha Trion is there. Well, they just moved up on my list a little bit.
Waiting on a remake. What? They're gonna do? You gotta be kidding me!
What remake
of The Last Dragon?
Oh no! Don't
do that.
Leave it in the 80s.
I hope you just joking.
And whereas Sho'nuff is a great over the top villain, a real dirty bastard villain is the record producer from that.
He was the true villain of the movie.
Ultimately, Sho'nuff was just a bully who felt like he needed to prove himself. If you get down to it, remember he wouldn't even take the money.
Mm-hmm.
But the record producer was evil. He was just straight up evil, and that he's like evil like Morgan Freeman in that one movie with Christopher Reeve.
I remember the movie, but I don't remember Morgan Freeman being that bad.
Morgan Freeman as the pimp.
I remember him being the pimp, but I don't remember.
Evil in that movie. Oh man, he was evil. But yeah, and you don't expect to see that from Morgan Freeman because he doesn't normally play characters like that. No. But he played it in that film.
Batman Street no longer exists.
Oh no!
Thank you, action figure. And
you're getting some
I know
belated birthday greetings there.
Pop culture.
And we had this. It's a bag full of Lowe's patches.
Hey Johnny.
Lowe's movie promo patches of all things. And the guy, how much are these? Because she loves her patches. He said, just take it. Just take it. I just want to get rid of it. Just take it. Okay.
Yeah. But now the guy said you could take 1 or 2 or all. So David grabbed the whole bag. No, I'm not embarrassed about my birthday.
Shame on you, Chance. How dare you, sir? Them's fighting words, huh? I challenge you to a duel.
Go to the video. Were the anime vinyl? No.
Anime vinyl were like 20, 25.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But the condition, it's worth a lot more than that in that shape. Trust me.
Yeah. Black Panther is overrated. He was saying that it was overrated. Black Panther is over, and I never saw it. I honestly never seen the movie.
Yeah,
but it's not something I want to see. I even care to see. David, have you ever seen Stargate 1 or Stargate
I've
Atlantis?
Seen the film, and I've seen the first show. Not all of it, but I've seen the first show. I have not seen Atlantis.
That was a great pickup for the sales. Great pickup on the sales.
Yeah.
Captain America Civil War was better. Yeah, it was.
Iron Man, the first
Hey,
Iron
David.
Man. Hey, David McNichol is here. But, snail, you're going to buy a snail shell.
What's that?
The figures that did like that Warrior Nun and stuff. Those,
Oh,
yeah, I've never handled
oh,
one, so
more.
I don't know what kind of, yeah, they got big anime tie-ins, but
Okay.
I don't I haven't ever handled one.
Uh-huh.
And Nostalgic says Morgan Freeman started on the
Electric
electric company. Yeah, he
company.
did
That's right.
very early. No, he got his start in commercials for Listerine
Really?
and for McDonald's during the Ah campaign. If you remember, early 70s, where if you want a Big Mac, you just go up and go, Ah. And that was the commercial. It was like 1971, 1972, something. Morgan Freeman was the Ah guy in the commercial where he comes up, what can I do for you? And he goes, Ah, in the commercial. It's absolutely pathetic.
Morgan
But
Freeman was born old. I
yeah,
mean,
he looks old in that. It's
he
like the
looked
early
old when he
70s.
was 5. The only bright spot on the Black Panther was the Grace Jones looking like the Amazon warrior, babe. Thank you.
But oh yeah,
Yes, action. I do so. I do so.
she does. So she's
Yeah.
she makes quilts.
I make
She
quilts and
makes she did these chairs that we're sitting in.
yeah. When I was young, me and my mom used to make clothes, but I never got into the clothes. I wish I did, but I do quilting mainly is what I sew now. Curtains, napkins and bedspreads and stuff like that.
Here's a big throw out there. I grabbed this also. Cadillacs and dinosaurs, lunchbox and thermos. This is so rare it practically doesn't exist.
Wow.
These are extremely rare. Um, and to get the thermos and the box together,
Yeah.
incredible, absolutely incredible. And we'll also be doing 2 films because we're going to do the tour of the show with the hall, and then I'm going to do a showcase showing some of the more rare pieces that turned up there, kind of like what I did in Toylanta, because there's a few pieces there that we saw where I was like, oh my God, you never see this, including one thing that we spotted there. It belongs in the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
That guy, I told the guy, because he asked me some questions about it. He was like, I was hoping you'd be here today because I want to ask you, have you ever seen these before? And it's 2 dolls, basically. It's 2 dolls. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, you know what? I wouldn't even have these out here. And he said he had it in a display case in an antique mall. I was like, do not do that. Take them out of there. And if you're trying to sell them, you're going to have to sell them on eBay because it's a very target niche. Someone has to be searching for that because nobody's going to know what it is. But it's it was incredible. And I'll just tell you now, because you'll see it on the video on the showcase reel. It's the original 1962 Morticia Addams and Wednesday Addams rag dolls from FAO Schwarz. They were FAO Schwarz Toy Store exclusives. They practically don't exist. I mean, seriously, there's probably 10 of them in the United States.
No, he got one.
Yeah, he found a pair of them. He don't have all of the dolls, but he's got those 2. And I was like, oh my God, dude. Yes, it was incredible.
Action figures, that's cool. I thought to do that, to try and make clothes for 1/6 scale, and I actually got kind of intimidated, because and I'm not trying to discourage you, saying to say nothing, but I was hoping me and my mom could do it, but then she had got sick because my mom can sew clothes and she used to make costumes and she can sew small clothes like that.
Yeah.
So I wanted her to help me do the first couple, and then she had got sick. But I keep telling myself to at least practice and try, because all you can buy some cheap fabric from Walmart and just try. And then after she had got sick, I really haven't sewn since October, I think, because of everything that's been going on. But that's cool. I hope you get it, because a lot of people look for people that can sew 1/6 scale clothes, and then they sell it. Yeah, Morgan Freeman is like probably 200 years old. Shoot. I mean, he every time you see him, and you'll see him in stuff like the Electric Company movies or TV shows from the 70s, and he looked just as old as he looked right now.
Yeah, he does.
It would be funny if Aretha Franklin was in that
Pink car.
Cadillac.
Yeah.
Hey, Black Knight, how are you? Black Knight has a channel.
Yes,
he does a lot of toy hunting and reviews. He does a lot of Gundam stuff or Bandai stuff. Sorry, Bandai stuff.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that type of thing. So check out his channel. It's been frustrating there too. Yeah, it is too small, and you got to know how to set your machine. If you don't set the stitch right, it's not gonna do right. But just keep practicing and working at it, and you got to have the right type of machine. Because I know I have a quilting machine.
Yes,
you ain't doing too much but quilting. When they say that's what I do, that's what it.
And Dama has joined us.
Hey Dama, I know I clicked by your name. Sorry. Hey Dama, how much was he trying to charge for those two?
He had 2,000 on them, and that's probably a fair asking price considering the condition, because they were a little rough. But yeah, that's probably about right, actually.
No, David, no new comics this week. We haven't picked up comics.
Well, there's a couple of pieces that I gave her. A couple of comics that I gave her, but like that battle.
Yeah, he gave me 2 for my birthday, but as far as like going out and buying, no. We haven't bought comics since the last comic show. We went to that one at the flea market. That's the last time we really bought any comics.
Johnny Sachs wants to know if we saw the soft vinyl Ninja Turtles from Mondo. They collect only Leo. Do you think it's worth the 90? Yeah, we showed them on a weekly roundup. I don't know, because they're 8 inches tall. They're 8 inches tall, and they look like they're jointed at the shoulders, wrists, and neck. And
I didn't know that was soft vinyl though.
Yeah, it's it's the same as how they called your Man Thing a soft vinyl. And that thing is like a brick. But
you can't even move it. It's supposed to have 3 points of articulation. It has like 1.
The articulation won't. That the joints are so hard they won't move.
We didn't even try. Okay, so Action Figs got a channel. Mainly 12-inch shows. Okay, what year? Because I know David does 60s
I would
shows.
assume they're at least Adventure Team from his thumbnail there.
Oh, okay, I can't see the thumbnail.
But which is a great choice.
Okay, so I got to remember to go to your channel and subscribe. But Action Figure Joe's going to have some 12-inch Joes for you and his foreign friends. So we'll check that out, see what he's talking about. Walter Matthau was another one. Yeah, we saw him recently in a movie called... What was that movie we saw with Walter Matthau and Donald Pleasant? Not Donald Pleasant.
Who?
What's the real the guy that was on Ripley's Believe It or Not?
Oh my God.
He's the
Jack Palance.
Jack Palance. They were in one where these aliens invaded the earth, and Walter Matthau was the only one that kind of knew it.
And are you sure you're talking about the right guy?
Yeah, you remember we just saw. Wait, now wasn't that Koenig? Walter Matthau?
No, Walter Matthau is not the guy who played Koenig.
Oh, it's not? Oh, my bad.
Oh my God!
Sorry, y'all. Who is Walter Matthau?
Walter Matthau is the guy from the original Odd Couple movie with Jack Lemmon, who they both went to acting school together, because they both went with the education grant from the Army getting out of World War II, and they didn't want to do anything, so they went to acting school.
Okay. I have some comics DVDs and Blu-rays for you. Officially extended version of Christopher Reeve's Superman and Superman 2. Okay.
Well, we gotta catch up, Chance. We're trying to catch up with you.
David, with the state of the economy, should I expect lower, moderate, or high prices when I go to the...
No, we haven't seen that.
No.
That has not affected the collecting market.
No, not at all.
And he says he grew up on an Adventure Team, and he does Action Man as well as Guyper Man and Falcon. Falcon or Falcon, it depends on your pronunciation, which of course is the Argentinian
Okay.
Correct? Argentinian adventure team. Yeah, that's right. He was in Grumpy Old Men and Grumpy Old Men Part 2, or Grumpier Older Men, with
You're right about it.
Burgess Meredith.
Yeah. Black Knight says Morgan Freeman got that Benjamin Button forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got stuck in that same age. He's been 70 years old his whole life. Martin Landau.
Martin Landau is comic.
Oh, Martin. So who? Walter Matthau. Okay.
Walter Matthau, who did the shittiest voiceover ever for Grinch. There are 2 versions of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. One of them is with Walter Matthau doing the Grinch's voice, and you do not want to hear that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one we just saw? No, don't worry about it, because I'm gonna mess it up again. You remember we just recently saw a Grinch where they went on the top of the mountain for Halloween, the Halloween
Oh, the
Grinch?
Halloween Grinch, yeah.
Was that him?
No, that wasn't Walter Matthau's voice. Oh, you're the worst. I don't know what to say.
6 Degrees of Martin Landau.
There it is. Yeah.
That's not the name of the movie we just saw, though.
Oh, Action Figure says Falcon is Brazil. Okay. I knew it was from south of the border. I just didn't know how far.
Not Jake.
Jack Lemmon.
Who's Jack Lemmon?
Jack Lemmon is another famous actor.
Mm.
Don't get me going. You know who it.
I don't. Now I'm all confused.
You would have to. If you saw him, you'd know who it was.
Okay. Who is KLA? KLA's work.
Classwork.
Oh.
Classwork. You know, like.
Oh my God!
Welcome back, Carter. That's how they would spell it.
I got to get back together. I got to get back on track.
He says that this is a great channel. Thank you, Classwork.
Any chance of going to the Migo meetup this year?
Why? So that I can be burned in effigy? They'll kill me.
Why would they kill you?
Oh, because Dr. Migo don't like me.
I thought he didn't like what's his name? Lou.
Oh, he hates Lou, but he don't like me either. He's trolled me on videos.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, look at who you are. Give me a break. I didn't bother answering him or anything. I'm not getting. I've had people try to sucker me into feuds. I had one guy. He's got like 42,000. I'm not going to say who it is. 42,000 subscribers tried to sucker me into. He put posts on Facebook of me and my channel just ripping me, and I'm like, who the hell is this? But I didn't bother to respond to it because I don't, and quite frankly, the sad part is if I did that, I'd get 10 times as many views on the channel. But I don't want to be bothered with that kind of garbage.
I don't like that. Yeah. I mean, I have watched a couple of channels knowing that, it's like clickbait and they're doing that. But I don't like that. I quit watching those because I don't think that's right. And it's not. I don't think it's productive.
I just want it to be a sanctuary.
Yeah. Why? I mean, it's enough
let's just have a good time
out there.
Yeah.
I mean, do we need to invite drama into our life when, you go to work, you got
people watch it.
Yeah, they do watch it.
They
but
sure
I mean,
do.
You go to work, you got to see that woman that's always complaining about the paper. And then you got the people in traffic trying to cut you off. The girl at Walmart that cut in line. I mean, nobody want to be bothered.
You got the guy at work that always pees in the coffee pot. I saw that.
Nobody does. Now this one dude at my job, he swear people do that to him. If he, I'm dead serious. He will put his lunch.
Oh no!
Because you got your lunch pail and you got all your stuff in there, and he puts it in the truck. I don't know why he does this. Because if he feels this way, you shouldn't do it. He'll put his lunch in the lunch truck in the truck, and then his lunch pail in the truck, and then he'll go do something. He'll come back. If somebody went in that truck, he'll throw all his lunch out.
And you know what? They probably go in the truck on purpose to make him throw it out because they know he's paranoid.
And then it's like, if you think somebody is gonna mess with your lunch, why would you put it in the truck and walk away? Just carry it around. You got it in a pail. So just carry it around. But he would throw it away. He would and make a show of throwing it away to let you know I threw it away, so you ain't gonna poison me. He was like, mm-mm. He won't drink out of a coffee pot. Like you make like we got the coffee pot. You make the coffee, and then everybody drinks out of the pot. Pour into a cup. If he don't make the coffee and watch it drip into the pot and get the first cup, he ain't drinking none. It's like, dude, come on.
So he's like Mel Gibson in that one movie with Patrick Stewart. I can't think of the name of it. The spy film.
I didn't see that.
You saw it.
Anyway, Morgan Freeman was out there with Moses. Morgan Freeman is old.
Morgan Freeman gave Eve advice. Now, you better not touch that apple, sister. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you done screwed it up now. You didn't listen.
Yeah, now everybody in a fix. Martin Landau did a great... Oh, he did Bela Lugosi?
Did he? Raccoon says there's a Halloween grit.
Yes, yeah, it is.
There is a Halloween special. It is funny.
It is
really
very funny. They went up that mountain. That poor dog had to carry that sleigh up that mountain.
He's always pulling stuff.
Yeah, but boy, that thing, some like it hot.
Big Ben.
Hey, Big Ben. Oh, I don't know because honestly, I don't like pulling the books out. I mean, I'm just being honest.
It's a pain in the butt.
It is because you get the challenge, and then they say, pick a book with this, and then you think all of the books that got this on it, but they're in 50 different boxes. Now you got to go through all of the boxes.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of Jack Palance and Pre-Predator. I forgot the name of the movie.
I can't remember the name of it either, but it's
we
goofy.
Just saw it last week.
And there was these meat discs with teeth on them that were flies, and there's an alien with a big head, and he's throwing them like frisbees in there, and they're sticking on people, and these worms that like come out of them and dig into their skin.
Yeah.
And then Jack Palance has a knife, and he's like, oh, and he's cutting them off.
Won an Oscar for it too. I had lunch with Landau in 2012 on the Anna Nicole.
Oh,
wow. Okay. Okay, he's talking to Eric.
Yeah. You got a way to go.
I know. There. I got so far behind because you kept talking.
Yeah, Action Figure said Lemon and Mathau were good friends. They died within a year of each other. Yeah, I'm not sure if they were in the military together, but I know they went to acting school with their military grant after World War II.
Oh, okay. A lot of actors did. Movie Dog did an interview with Dr. Migo about 6 years ago on his channel.
Yeah, he got mad at me a couple of times in videos and said something, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" But
yeah, you would think so, Doctor, but that Migo community
is weird.
Different. It seemed like it's way different than the rest of the ones.
Yeah. Punisher X is here.
One of my favorite channels. Thank you. You two seem like fabulous people. How long have you been together? 11 years.
Well, we've been married 11 years, but we've known each other for like 13.
What is the point of starting a feud of us?
Views. That's what it is. Because like I said, if I got into it, like pick anybody, just out of a hat, some other larger channel, and the two of us started acting like we had a feud, I'd be getting 5,000 views on every video. Yeah. Because I've seen it happen.
Yeah, it's been what 3 channels that we would watch often. I mean, every time they put something out, we were watching, and then suddenly this feud started, and it kept going back and forth. And I'm like, you know what? I'm too old for that. This right here is elementary school. And I'm over 40. I'm done.
Yeah, I just don't want to be bothered. Like I said, I like to think of it as a sanctuary. I just want to have a good time, share the hobby with people that come on and talk to us, and whatever. I don't want to need all that.
Yeah, Trevor, that's it. Thank you. See, somebody knew without warning.
Thank you, Trevor. Somebody figured it out.
I know. With all of that we was talking about, there's too much drama.
Movie Dog says, too much on YouTube already. Keep doing positive vibes. As great as you guys are doing now. Love what you do. Well, we appreciate it. That's all we're looking for.
Yeah, just have a little bit of fun, crack some silly jokes, talk about movies and TV shows and stuff.
Oh, Classwork says, would love some advice of you guys or anyone in the chat how to keep a childhood collectible preserved.
Oh
Little
yeah.
Kiddo castle trying to keep in shape. Soft vinyl with plastic. Yeah. Same as with anything else, because that's the Little Kiddles. Is that the vinyl house? It's got a little roof in the latch and it opens up in the front like this. I'm thinking. Oh, Gilgamesh is here.
And so it's
And Patrick Peluso.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually those are like a vinyl overlay on a cardboard backing. So you do want to wipe them off, but you don't want to wipe them off with anything that's too damp, because if there's a crack or a split anywhere in there, the moisture will get inside and stain the cardboard. Um, cool, dry environment. Keep it out of the sunlight. The same advice we give for any other collectible. You want it to be climate controlled, nice and cool. Keep the dust off of it. We use a is there one of them in here? Yeah.
But, oh yeah.
Makeup brush we use to dust all of our stuff, because even a cellophane window, wiping it can streak it or can leave marks on it permanently. So we use a duster like this if we're going to dust it off. We have dehumidifiers down here. If you're not using it or looking at it, keep it in the dark. There's a lot of things that you can do to keep it preserved.
Yeah. Bigger stuff is hard. Big figures or stuff that's big. It's kind of hard to find an acrylic case or something like that. You almost got to make something. But yeah, you got to.
Yeah. He was saying a lot of Migos come in and instead of appreciating it, they're already talking about what next. They're complaining about them. Their toys. I love Migo figures though. Yeah, Migos are cool, but geez.
When did you guys go to your last music? Well,
my God.
The last one we went to was at Hillsong concert, right? That was before we got married.
That was like 12 years ago.
That was before we got married. That was the only concert we've ever been to.
That we've been to together. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to a Hillsong United concert here in Atlanta like 12 years ago. That was the one and only concert we went to
Unless
together.
You count musicals. We've been to a few musicals, but or plays also.
Oh yeah, we've been to a ton of plays, but only one actual concert.
And Classwork says that is I'm thinking of the correct Little Kiddo vinyl house.
Okay.
I thought so. I know something about them. I don't collect them, but I know something about the Little Kiddles. The Little Kiddles are classic, especially the Cosmic Kiddles. I would collect the Cosmic Kiddles if I could find them for a good price. Those are cool.
My favorite Lethal Weapon is part 2. I really haven't seen the entire first Lethal Weapon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen it in bits, but I've seen part 2 in its entirety more than once.
Okay.
But Movie Dog says that on June 5th at midnight, he's going to start reviewing the original Lethal Weapon. Okay. So y'all remember that. Thank you guys so much for the advice.
No problem.
Anytime.
Yeah, that's a huge problem. Action.
Yeah.
Joe's concert prices are ridiculous. They don't even match. Because we were looking at that because there's a guy that we watch. Who was it? Michael Nolan. Yeah, and he's talks about that a lot. And he was like, "There's no excuse for like top tier seats at Bruce Springsteen costing like $10,000. It doesn't make sense. And even if you count for inflation, tickets still shouldn't be more than $125. Why would people paying thousands for them?
I mean, that's just man's greed right there.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I know the one thing I did like about Hillsong, and that's a Christian band that if they came to Atlanta, I was there. The max you would pay is $25.
Yeah.
They wouldn't charge you any more than that, and they only charged the $25 because they had to charge to hold seats, because they used to, when they first started, they didn't charge at all, and people would come in and they would wait outside, and then just flood in and begin to fight over seats.
Yeah.
So the only way they could stop that is to charge you for the seats. So
they could assign it.
Yeah, so you can get assigned seats. So then they just charge you $25.
I remember being a kid, and when Michael Jackson was going to be at Foxborough Stadium, where the Patriots used to play football, and they were pissing their pants because tickets were going to be $50.
Man,
Seriously.
now you can't even
it
go
was
to
a
a
spread
concert
on the
for
news.
$50.
That's outrageous. No one charges that much for tickets. Nobody.
Shoot.
They went nuts because it was $50 a ticket. But
man, I mean, I don't know. I don't think is a artist out there that I would pay more than $100 to see. And that's a question that we were talking. I'm gonna ask in a little bit.
I brought this out because somebody mentioned this.
Yes, Johnny, I did get both waves, but in wave 2, I was not able to get, I think, the Cookie Monster. So I still got to go back and get the Cookie Monster. But yes, I did get both waves. I bought it from Entertainment Earth, so I'm waiting for those to come in. David, I finally picked up the Billy Blastoff set and talk about bringing back some childhood memories. He's collecting them up now so he can show it.
Billy Blastoff
and he got some batteries.
Awesome. I just grabbed a couple
Weapon 2
here
is mine
real
too,
quick
yes.
so that I could demonstrate for people what that is if they've never heard of Billy Blastoff, because Billy Blastoff is freaking awesome. Let me see if I do this right here, because I have some Billy Blastoff stuff. It's primarily loose, but you know, it's
Oh wow, it's 40% off and some even more. So K Munin is saying that his Target, he's not sure if it's all, has have all of their store exclusive stuffs on sale, 40% off, and some of them even more. So if it's some Target stuff, go to Target, see what's what. It was George Michael, and I saw Phil Collins, 2 separate concerts. Okay, go ahead.
So we have Billy Blastoff, and there's others because there's also Billy Diver, Billy Cowboy, stuff like that. But this is the most popular, is the Billy Blastoff. It's a little fat kid in an astronaut suit with a big battery pack. And the battery pack has a spindle that plugs into the vehicles like that, so that when you turn him on, it runs the vehicle. And he also has his little robot buddy here. See? And he lights up, and his little radar disc spins around. And you'll see if the battery has enough power in it. This is the little dumper here. And now you can see.
Oh yeah, the wheels.
It makes the wheels roll because he operates the vehicle. And that's just such great ingenuity for a child's toy. But these are cool. Just wanted to, for people who have never seen Billy Blastoff or don't know what we're talking about there, so I can demonstrate real quick. I don't have anything boxed, but I do have like a handful of loose pieces that I picked up at a public auction. Because we you have to hold up the card. And they had a whole box full of these, all loose.
I like that because they talk in that auctioneer voice. Yeah, that real fast talk. And at first I'm like, how are you going to understand it? But if you sit there and you listen, you do understand what they're talking about. Yeah. On TV, it's like, man, that's too fast. The Sleeping Biddle Castle is one of my favorite childhood toys. My mom got me one at a swap meet.
Kittle. Little kittles.
Oh, he said Biddle.
Okay.
The federal government is suing Live Nation and Ticketmaster over the monopoly of prices and price gouging.
They charge based off of what the so-called artist sets. So, I mean, that's going to be interesting. Oh, DC wants me to do a 2000s Forgotten Action Figures video. Well, we did the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And the 60s is impractical because there's almost nothing action figure related from the 60s outside of G.I. Joe. There's a couple of things, but not that much. And the couple of pieces from the 60s that might have fallen into that category I mentioned in the 70s video just to tie it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could do a 2000s one sometime.
Gilgamesh said it's been a couple of Japanese bands that came to Atlanta, but because of the price, couldn't go.
It's a turnoff.
Yeah, Black Knight. I did find out why they cut costs.
Yeah.
So with cutting costs, you no longer get a slip jacket
or
the outer box.
Outer box. So they took away 2 pieces of cardboard.
And that's going to save them millions of dollars.
Apparently.
So
they could have charged everybody. It charged me 56 instead of 55 and give me the damn box.
They ain't gonna charge 56. They would have went up to 80.
That doesn't make sense.
A guy I knew paid $250 for a picture with Chris Evans at New York Comic Con. The meeting was 30 seconds and no autograph.
Says Johnny Sachs. Yeah, that kills me too, because you've heard me say it a million times. When I used to work with Great Eastern Conventions in Massachusetts or on the East Coast, it was free. The damn autographs were free. You know, whoever came, Jim Lee came, it was free. Todd McFarlane came, it was free. You could take his picture. They don't care. It doesn't make sense, you know. And then if you went to the big sci-fi shows, and the cast or the remaining cast of like Lost in Space was there, autographs might be $5 or $10. And how do you go from $5 or $10 for an autograph to hundreds or more? It just doesn't make sense.
Johnny paid $350 to go see Kenny Rogers in concert, but he got center stage, front row, and he got to get on stage and take a picture with Kenny.
Oh, I saw that. It was on the front page of the paper. He streaked on stage, and the police were grabbing him. And no, I'm just kidding.
That's good. Robert wish he could have seen Kenny Rogers in his. Yeah. That's the question, Robert. I'm glad. That's the question I wanted to ask this week. But all of you, chime in.
Yes.
If you could see any one of your favorite bands in their prime, which band would it be? It don't have to be a band or an individual.
Yes.
Which one would it be? I was thinking about that because we were watching something and you know, it had the band and they're older now and you're listening and it's like
they're terrible. Yeah. Some of these guys, they can't do it anymore and they won't stop. Or or they get caught up, like we talked about Kiss recently. They were caught lip syncing and faking the music overlay. They weren't even playing the instruments. It was a total mime act on stage, and they got caught up with it. Now they've retired. And not only did they retire, they sold the catalog. Yeah. So they're not even connected to their music anymore or their likeness. They sold everything. So but there's a lot of these guys, these old timers that are out there, and they can't do it, but they won't stop. And people are paying a fortune for tickets and getting basically ripped off. If you're going up there and they're lip syncing, or like Pat Benatar was one. Mm-hmm. Michael Nolan again talking about Pat Benatar. He was upset because she's using a ghost singer.
Oh yeah.
And so what happened? The way this works is. Backstage is another person, a professional singer, singing at the exact same time that you're singing on stage. Mm-hmm. And when it gets to a note that you can't hit, the sound guy flips it so that you hear the backup singer singing, and then he fades it back into that Pat Benatar. And this is being done with several of these older singers. I heard it's happening with Paul McCartney too.
Yeah, Shaka Khan did that.
Yeah. And you don't ever see this person, you don't know about it.
But Shaka Khan didn't even do that. I went to a concert.
Oh God!
And Shaka Khan was one of the artists, and she sing a peace song, and she would hold the mic out for the crowd to sing, and she sang "Sweet Thing." Now, was it sweet? I think that's the song that it got one of her songs. I know she did sing "Sweet Thing," but one of the songs it got a high note in it. She sang up to that point and held that mic out, and I'm sitting there like, I am not paying for this. I did not pay for you, but I didn't pay to go see her anyway, so I really wasn't that mad.
Yeah, but
while I was sitting there, I'm like, That's not what I want to hear. And honestly, a lot of R&B groups, I won't go to their concert because the audience, it turns into a sing along.
Yeah.
And the audience sing the majority of the songs. So I'm like, no,
What the hell did I pay
I don't
for?
want to pay to hear no sing along.
Yeah.
I could have stayed home and sing along on the radio. You know. But R&B groups, I don't go to their the only one I've been to, Kim, he doesn't do that. He sing his own song. I went to the Isley Brothers, sang their own songs. But then I've seen others on video, crowd singing the whole song.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
That's not what I came here for.
That's not what I'm
It's
paying
like being
for.
in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Raynard wants to know favorite classic advertising icons. I like the original General Mills characters.
Oh, that's what he's talking. You know what?
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about the voice actor.
No.
You know how you had what's that, Jimmy Stewart? Not Jimmy Stewart. What's the guy name? I ain't even start. Go ahead. You like the General Mills?
Yeah, the General Mills, like the Monster cereals and Trix Rabbit and stuff like that, or the original Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
The original McDonald's gang, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The original, it's 60s, 70s stuff, not the modern incarnations. Pillsbury Doughboy, things like that.
Ooh.
Oh wow,
Oh,
Blink 182.
He would have to pay that to get decent seats.
Oh.
Super 7 went
up on prices, and still, because their reaction figures are up to 20 a piece now.
And that's something we've been talking about for months.
Yeah.
You go up on price, but the quality comes
down. And it just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't.
Mark Hamill started the autograph price gouge in '97, $100 at Dragon Con.
Wow.
For pre-selected items you had to purchase.
So he's the culprit. Raccoon says they missed the prices. Now some celebrities have a base charge and then charge extra if you want it personalized or with a quote. Yeah, and I remember I can't think of what was his name. Somebody might remember. It was the guy who was the artist of Grips. He wrote and drew Grips for what was it? Silver Wolf Comics? I'm trying to remember. But I had a friend who liked to get autographs on baseballs, and he sent me with some baseballs, and he was like, "That's cool. Let me see one. I'll do that." And he wrote off the top of his head an entire poem all over that baseball, just for the hell of it. Didn't charge anything.
Oh wow.
And nowadays it would cost you an arm and a leg to get something like that.
On the concerts, my friend, 18 years old, saw Rolling Stones, had bad seats, but when he got there, he was told he could go to the front by a Rolling Stones official, as Mick Jagger likes people pleasing to his eye.
You don't want to see ugly people in the row.
Johnny wants to see Phil Collins.
Phil Collins in his prime. I see.
If you do make that 2000 action figure video, don't forget the anime lines.
Oh, here we go.
But are those cheap though?
If they're cheap,
they got to be under $100, right?
Well, I mean, as they get under 50, unless I was under 100 for the 70s one.
Okay.
But I know the original Bandai Dragon Ball Z's aren't that much. Was it Bandai or Irwin? I think it was the Irwin.
And Mick Jagger doesn't want to see people his own age. Nirvana, because I was too young to see them. Yeah. Elvis, yes. Now, Eric.
Elvis is great in concert.
Eric.
You got to see him live.
I'm on with you. I will go to Elvis all up in the front row, just falling out on the ground, rolling around.
Elvis is brilliant.
My boyfriend said he'd see the Beatles, me, the Misfits. Okay. I paid for my concert, but it wasn't $100.
Less than the 80s.
Okay.
I would think so. Gilgamesh says he never saw Nirvana live while Cobain was alive. Yeah. Yeah, Johnny says In Excess, but the lead singer Hutchins is dead. Well, yeah, that's why you would be.
But yeah, while they were in their prime.
You know what's one of the worst ones?
Which one?
I can't remember who's the guy who's saying "Come on, Eileen."
Oh yeah, that was Dexy's Midnight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was he had. If you can find the video on YouTube because they pan the hell out of that guy.
Whoa.
He sounded like he had just shot up a quart of opium and drank like 8 cases of beer before he came out there, and it was so bad. What lines he could remember from the songs? It was so bad. It was unbelievable.
The doctor wants to see David Bowie and Deborah Harry. I don't know that name, Deborah Harry. You know Deborah Harry?
Yes. And
hey, Thomas
Sawyer has joined us.
If I had to see someone in concert, Michael Jackson and Prince, yes. Okay. I think to see Michael Jackson would have been real fun. Pearl Jam, my favorite duo.
Yep, Brian is here. Glad you could make it.
Hey, Brian, how are you?
That's still Brian.
Oh, okay, still Brian.
The movie dog says, "Movie star biopic would you like to see be made?" I don't know.
I don't know because
there's a ton of them already been
always come out. Oh wow, you saw the Beach Boys.
Oh, he saw them recently. They had a
hard
time.
No.
They're not even really the Beach Boys.
No,
anymore.
I think it's only one guy.
Yeah.
Brian Wilson, I think is his name. I think he's the only one. The last concert I went to was Mary J. Blige at Foxwood.
Okay.
That woman is amazing. 2 hours non-stop. I never saw her live. In concert.
Thomas wants to know if we got the NECA Ben Cooper Halloween figures. No, I haven't gotten those. I've seen them and I put them on the roundup, but I didn't get those.
Oh, the guy that voiced Skeletor. I hope his prices are low. Haven't we seen him at shows?
His prices will be outrageous.
Really?
Fools.
Of concerts.
Pay me for my picture and autograph.
My only memory of concerts is the girls in my school acting foolish.
And stink. Oh, and stink instead of NSYNC. There we go.
They were annoying, screechy the whole day.
I hope they got the nosebleed sections.
Oh no, Custom God saw Elvis in
concert. Wow. Yeah, there we go. And then Kim Eunice says Irwin and Bandai both had Dragon Ball Z on the shelf. A company called Giant 8 made the larger movie collection figures, and some of those have gone through the roof, of course. Milli Vanilli.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You know that's not them.
I do not care.
Oh no.
I don't care if
just buy the cassette.
I don't care if the people that actually sing the song come out, as long as Milli Vanilli is lip syncing in front of them, doing that little dance they do right there. I want to be in the front, bro. I don't care what people say. Milli Vanilli didn't sing the song. Okay, whatever. They still sound better than anybody else out there. And I will go and see them. I got their record. I listen to them on my phone. I got this stuff downloaded on my phone. I love Milli Vanilli. When they came out, I liked them. When I found out they didn't sing them songs, I liked them. And I still like them. I would love to see the Temptations.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Temptations was good.
Uh-huh.
I got one of their records. I never heard any of the songs on there before. And I was like, wow, is this the Temptations? This sounds really good. Because it's not the mainstream songs. None of the songs on that one record I had ever heard before. And they sound, they sound like, okay, this could be the Temptation. They sound way better. But it was really good. All of the songs were good. Mm-hmm. Their voice sound better than the regular stuff that you normally hear. Blondie. Okay.
That's Debbie Harry.
Oh, Blondie is Debbie Harry. Oh, okay. I got you now. Mm-hmm. Debbie Harry was the first concert back in the 87, her solo tour. Okay. Mm-hmm. Elton John movie was not
something
good.
I would be interested in seeing anyways. I don't like any of those, and they're hardly ever even close to being accurate.
I do like the Temptation movie.
Uh-huh.
I can watch that. I have watched that more than once. I like the Temptation movie.
Because I know, like,
the Five Heartbeat one wasn't bad.
For example, the David Bowie movie that did a couple of years ago, the family was outraged because they were like, none of this stuff happened. What the hell? Where did you get this from?
Nirvana by can they do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. All this talk of concerts, never bothered going. What?
Well,
you've never been to a concert?
It's gotten to be a bit much now. Oh, Aerosmith, 1987, first front row, like the album better in person. Okay, they didn't do a good job on the thing.
Like some bands, I don't like hearing live. Some of them I do. Like I've heard Led Zeppelin live in their prime, and they sound good. I've heard them live. I think in the 90s or 2000s, they sound awful.
Yeah, and they Led Zeppelin was pretty good on stage.
Yeah,
back in the day.
As a British person, my favorite band is Oasis, and I wish they would reform. But Liam and Noel have not seen or spoken to each other in 12
Big Ben,
years.
you're from Britain, and your favorite band's not Duran Duran. What's wrong with you?
Sort of Who? Wow,
1989.
That would have been a good one to see. But in '89, they were getting old. Because wasn't they big like in the early '70s, late?
The
60s?
Who? Yeah. That was
Oasis
their heyday.
Is good.
That was their heyday.
The British did rock the best.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with that. I think it was a good kind of half and half.
Yeah.
I saw hundreds of free concerts during my 5 years at Cumulus Media. I passed on seeing Prince's final concert. It was a work night, and I did not know he was about to.
Well, who could have known?
Die.
Yeah.
Van Halen miniseries. You don't hear too much about Van Halen.
No, that's because they hate. What's that guy's name? David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
They all hate him. And Johnny Future said, "What about the Village People in concert?" They had some good tracks back in the day. Although you only ever hear the same couple.
Only 2 songs.
YMCA, which actually isn't that good. They've got better stuff.
YMCA is not bad.
YMCA sucks. And
Macho Man is the best.
Yeah, except for the hook. The funny thing is, the hook isn't good. The Macho Man, you can tank that. But the rest of the song's actually pretty freaking good.
Yeah. The words are really good.
Yeah.
Went to a death metal concert and got into a mosh pit. Some dude with
Ouch. Who wears Spurs?
It was wow.
Are you sure that wasn't a Village People concert?
Eddie Van Halen died. Van Halen died some years back. Macho Man is a good song. But it's a couple of people I would like to see. James Brown.
Yeah, he was great in concert.
Yeah.
Meatloaf was really good in concert.
Good. Elvis, like we talked about already. I would like to see The Who. Love to see The Who. Michael Jackson. I think that would have been fun. And Prince. A professor of mine said he had went to a Prince concert one time. Prince did the whole concert, 2 hours, and that was the end of it. And he left the stage. Everybody left the building. He came back out, and when the building was just about empty, he strummed the guitar one more time, and everybody came rushing back in, and he played for another hour.
Felt like going on again.
Yeah. So, I like Prince, but it's a lot of people. I would go and see if the price was cheap. I had money, and the price is cheap, and they weren't.
Yeah, well.
But now, I don't think so.
I don't think there's anybody that I'd want to go to see right now.
There's not.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
You know what we saw recently?
It was recently done, and he was with an orchestra, a full symphonic orchestra on stage doing his raps.
But it was fun. Baby Got Back.
Yeah, we saw that one.
Yeah, I guess the way he made it sound, the guy that leads the orchestra asked to do it. And he got on stage and he invited the people to, hey, if anybody want to come up, and all these women came up there and doing all their butt shaking and everything. It was funny. It was hilarious. But some kind of orchestra, I don't know which one. I don't know which orchestra, but it's on YouTube though. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I had a chance to see Ravi Shankar in concert.
Shankar in concert before
I don't
he
know who
died.
that is.
Oh, I'd like to see the Fat Boys.
All of them are dead now, right?
I think there's one.
Just one died?
Yeah. Robert wants to know why they hated David Lee Roth, because he's a kind of a prick to everybody. They didn't get along with him because he had a bad attitude.
Commonplace book. I saw Aerosmith in '87 with Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
The power kept going out and Axl got pouty about it. Steven Tyler did a hilarious stand-up routine when the PA was working and the instruments weren't.
Well,
Wow.
that's being a showman. That's like with David Bowie in one of his concerts when he was they put him in a cherry picker.
Oh yeah.
Because he was doing the Major Tom. And they would slowly raise him up as he did the song, but then it malfunctioned and he got stuck up there. And he was like, he says, "Hey, we're just going to keep going." And he did the whole concert up in the bucket.
Oh wow!
Because they couldn't get him down.
Saw the Damn Yankees in 1990, and Ted Nugent is great in concert with that guitar. Freddie Mercury, he'll probably be real good. You could tell who'd been working longer.
As far as performance, means, yeah. Oh, Roy Orbison says
Roy Orbison. I've seen his stuff. Yeah, I can see him.
And Custom God said he's seen so many concerts, tons and tons of them. None in recent years because tickets are too expensive. That's the problem. That is the problem.
That is the main thing that's going on. And it's like, who do you want to see? Do you really want your fans to come and see you? If you know the majority of the people that listen to your music are not even middle class anymore, because everybody about lower class. So you can't even afford your stuff that you need, your food, your rent, your car payment, and all of that. But then you want to have a concert for your fans, but then the prices are $1,000 or more.
And up, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when Beyonce was here, ticket prices were from like what was it, $800 all the way up to about $11,000 a ticket. That doesn't make sense.
So you're gonna pay $800 to sit up in the nosebleed.
Yeah.
You can't even see. And no matter how big that jumbotron is, you ain't seeing nothing.
Yeah. They go there to watch the jumbotron. You may as well stay your butt home.
Yeah, at least if you watched it on TV, you can see what's going on because the camera going to be right up in there.
Yeah.
So you can see, but you watching it, you're gonna pay $800 to watch the jumbotron. No, that don't even make an ounce of sense. I've been in lots of mosh pits. Only time I didn't go in one was at the Slayer concert. I saw people putting in mouthpieces looking for a fight. Nope, out that time. Wow. I was shocked that Air Supply packed the Chastain. Wow, I like Chastain. I mean, Air Supply. Air Supply is pretty good. My English teacher loved Van Halen. When he found out none of his students ever heard a song, he played an album for us in class. He himself was a guitar player and actually was a decent player. Okay.
That's
we never had a teacher did anything.
No, my teachers never did anything except insult me.
Oh, David.
We never did anything in school. I went to public school in the East Coast. What do you want?
You went to public school?
Not on the East Coast.
I think Metallica back in the day would have been an awesome concert. Yeah. Don't laugh too hard. Saw Kenny Loggins last year.
Really?
Really?
As you catch a few of these up. Says Gilgamesh says Shankar was an Indian classical musician. He was around for decades.
Oh, okay. I know we way behind.
Yeah.
Being from South Carolina, we say that pretty often. Still.
Damn Yankees. Oh, I see.
Oh, you from South Carolina? So am I. Just put me in a time machine. I love to go with 70s rock band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Patrick says AI took over music.
You
And
know,
it's
we
out of
saw a
time, too.
video about that recently.
Yeah.
Michael Nolan, actually.
Michael Nolan
He
again.
was talking
And
about
then
that.
also because of
That's a good
who
one,
was it?
David.
Beyonce and her like wannabe country album. And he says you got to listen to the tempo over it because he is a professional musician.
Uh-huh.
He says it's AI generated banjo is what it is on a loop, but because AI can't fix the loop properly, it doesn't properly close a loop on music. It doesn't break right. So if you're paying close attention, it, you know how when you're counting in music 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 and you keep track and you keep a tempo, AI can't do it, so it's out of sync. It starts to fall out of sync after a while, and it's like the music is completely, it's not only is it all electronic, even the banjo is electronic, but it's AI generated, and you can, if you've got an ear for it, you can catch it. So yeah, AI generated banjo country song, everybody. And
AI generated music because
that's his
he
point.
was saying that people are just using that
Yeah.
to make and produce music now. Don't even bother with the instruments. And I mean, people haven't been using instruments in years because they use the computer and all of that to make the music. Now the AI just do it. At least when you did the computer, you still had to have some type of imagination.
You had to sit there and edit it and work on it and pick out your sounds and whatever you were going to do.
It's just a shame because all of that AI, all of the computers, it started with the computers, now moving over, it's just taking away your creativity from writing, from making a movie, making songs, creating anything. You use the computer, you use you use AI, even drawing, because they do the drawing on a computer, but you still got to do it yourself. You still got to see it and then put it in a physical form. But then the AI does the drawing now. No imagination. You just type in what you want and then it produces something. You know, it just come out with something. And it's like you're taking away people's imagination so you don't use your brain, so then your brain turn to mush. I'm serious. That's what causes Alzheimer's.
I'm not
because people don't use their brain.
Use your mind. You're
not exercising.
I'm not arguing with you. It also, there's a metaphysical approach to that as well, because in that we were created. Our art is how we emulate our own creation. It's as close as you're going to get to godliness, and that's been stripped away because people are lazy. And so if rather than work at something until they perfect it, oh, let me push some buttons here real quick, and AI will do it for me. And
that's a shame. It's actually kind of sad when you look at it, because in our lifetime, in front of our own face, you're seeing the disintegration of humanity. In probably another 20 years, you're gonna be like that one movie I had to cut off, Idiocracy.
Oh yeah, Idiocracy.
I had to turn that off. I couldn't do it. But I mean, I saw enough to know where it was going. It was just too vile and vulgar for me. Sure. But I got the point of just with that little bit I saw, and I'm like, man, that's where we're about there. But anyway, let's catch up because we're waiting.
Yeah, you're way behind.
I was slam dancing.
You still have some stuff from the show too, if anyone wanted to see it.
Oh yeah. I got some stuff from the show if anybody want to see it, if I finally ever get caught up. I read
Taylor
that Taylor
Swift's VIP tickets are going for tens of thousands on resale. Wow. And Johnny assures us he's not a Swiftie.
No, Johnny's lying. Johnny's a Swiftie.
Oh no, I don't believe it.
Johnny's a Swiftie.
Yeah.
I was Kenny final. It was his final tour.
And Reston's Last Stand has joined us.
Hey, Reston, from around Myrtle Beach area. Okay, I'm from the Beaufort area.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get caught up. David, tell us about your public school. No, any funny stories?
It's a blur. It's a freaking blur. I don't remember anything except fighting and getting suspended and whatever.
soon to make AI music. Actually, good if you work with it. I decided since bands today won't make music, I'll make it
Oh
myself. I
no.
saw we were actually watching a video because I like excuse me, those crime dramas, and the one guy, he was advertising for this AI program that makes music. And he was showing you how it works and that you can make your music and then you can put it in their system, and if people use it, you get a kickback for it. Randy Travis has AI generated music now. He's okay. He's okayed it because he had a stroke and can't
Uh-huh.
speak really anymore. Oh, wow.
And Chance has got to go.
Oh, see you, Chance. Well, we'll see you. Well, tomorrow, Chance is going to open up one of his boxes, so make
Oh
sure you
yeah,
check
we'll
him with
see if
that.
we can catch up with him. And Gilgamesh says he writes his own lyrics to songs so he doesn't feel disingenuous saying it's my song. But
Yeah.
yeah, it sings and plays the instruments.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
10,000% correct.
Meemaw, 10,000% correct. Yeah.
Yeah, your brain is going to be mush. And I mean, you got to use it. Humanity goes in cycles. We're in the fourth turning now. But it looks back in history, you see, we just repeated our
Yeah.
mistakes. Yeah.
Unfortunately, just with more technology.
Okay, we've caught
And
up.
yeah, Munin says people rely heavily on technology to do the work for them. I've
Yeah.
noticed they're almost in shock when meeting someone who has actual talents. Yeah, well, I mean, look at how much it's.
See you, movie dogs.
Well, got to go, I guess.
Yeah.
And Thomas Sawyer
Okay.
says, "Let's see the toys."
Sid, Thomas wants to see the
Yeah,
toys.
but I mean, look at how much you've lost, and we talked about this in other videos, like the fading
Okay.
nostalgia, for example, like the cell phone. Look what we've lost. People don't wear watches anymore unless it's for decoration. People don't have calendars anymore.
While you do that, I'm gonna go get those figures.
People don't have people don't have calendars. People don't have alarm clocks. People don't have telephones. People don't have so many things. Way too much has been lost. People don't have they don't take pictures anymore. They don't develop film anymore. They don't they don't film things anymore with like a movie camera. And it's a really useful tool, but it's replaced so much. People can't follow directions. They can't read maps. I mean, it's insane how much has been lost. And DC says he's got to go meet with uh, mobster wives in Springfield. Oh my God. And T. Stewart says, how often do you guys go to your P.O. box sending something your way? At least once a week, T. Stewart, if you sent something to the P.O. box. Much appreciated. And Meemaw says, what you love about some art that touches you is the work that went into it. No work, no love. Yeah, an intense amount of effort goes into a lot of things, and that's important. And you can get a real sense of it sometimes with if you look at old sculpting, old painting, things like that, and it's just like, wow, the detail and how much effort went in. What you got there? Oh, I see. Are you going to get your trays? Yeah, she scored pretty good at the show also. Because I showed some of my stuff earlier, and I still have a couple of pieces. Nothing like major, but still some great stuff. We love it,
Yeah.
and that's what matters. I love it. These are great right here,
Yeah.
though. These trays,
Um,
because she collects the TV trays, and I've pointed this out before. Um, if you like lunchboxes and stuff, lunchboxes can be very expensive. These TV trays can be a real inexpensive alternative to that because
yeah.
they're not nearly as much. Or the waste baskets.
Yeah, because I got some trash cans too.
Those waste baskets don't go for a whole heck of a lot. See the Care Bears?
Yeah, I got these today at the retro swap.
Yeah.
Um, actually, I really wanted this rainbow bright because I've been working on my rainbow bright, and I actually saw this exact one on eBay, and I had saved it, and I was like, I'll save it, watch it, and then the person sent me an offer, And I was like, well, I'll wait and see if it turns up today.
Mhm.
And somebody had it. First thing I saw.
Here's one you never see.
Yeah, Mother Goose. So, they just got the different characters and some stuff on there. Never thought about this one, but the guy had it cheap, and of
Yeah,
course,
and
I had to ask if we can get this.
look how clean.
Yeah.
Because these are usually pretty rusty or scratched
Yeah.
up.
And some of them, my displays, I think maybe y'all have seen them, like especially like with the Care Bears. I'll put up the lunch tray, the trash can, one of the comic books, and the toys. Anything I have for that, like I have the record, so I'll put the record with it. I try to make a whole display if I have everything or as much as I have. And then I found 3 Wildcat figures. And this is from that guy, and you're gonna see the video. He was just almost giving everything away.
Yeah,
I mean,
same guy that I got the animation cells from.
yeah, yeah. So
Jim
yeah.
Lee's Wildcats.
Yeah, we saw the cartoon of this, and the cartoon was pretty good.
The cartoon was okay. It was just kind of rushed.
It
I felt
was
like it
rushed. They could have slowed it down, made it a little longer. And I think Gilgamesh said he had this set, but he was missing like 1 or 2 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's what I picked up. And David showed his stuff.
Yeah,
a little earlier,
except for these.
Oh, okay, David's gonna show you a couple of more. Let's get.
I'll think about it. David says some people don't want to adapt to AI and technology. My neighbors are that way.
Yeah. Gilgamesh, I do hang them on the wall. Some of them I have on the wall. Some of them I have displayed on shelves with whatever they go with.
Yeah.
So it depends on what I have, but some of them are on the wall. Oh man, I love the TV trays. Very nice. Yeah, and you can find them fairly cheap. Mm-hmm. Some of them.
And the waste cans.
The trash
unless
cans.
It's something really outrageous, like Planet of the Apes one can go for a few bucks, but usually the waste paper baskets are real inexpensive, surprisingly.
Yeah. David said he was able to pull 2 sets.
Oh, you got 2 sets. Are you going to send me a set?
Oh, that's nice.
That would be great.
I know you're hunting those Wildcats figures. Good to hear. Yeah, I'm almost done with it. I only need a few more. We're gonna read this, and then we're gonna see what David has. That Spartan versus Hellspot is signed and numbered.
Is it?
Oh, the one I got? Not the one I got.
Is it?
I don't think so. You saw something I didn't see. Where is it? It ain't not this one. This. Oh yeah, you got a number right there.
Yeah, there's a collected edition number.
Cool.
Well, there's a simulated autograph
down in the bottom.
On the bottom, unless something else is signed. That comic book is just really jammed in there.
Yeah, you know how you throw
that comic book doesn't fit. Look at this.
It doesn't.
The comic that they put in there doesn't fit in the box.
They could have made the box a hair bigger.
Yeah, I know. Come on, guys. What the hell kind of crap is that?
And you get a card.
Yeah. And
now this is what David got.
Yeah, because this guy had most of this, and again, dirt cheap. I mean, So the Terminator 2 Future War with all the figures that weren't in the movie from Kenner from when did they do this? 1992, I want to say, but he had like half the set because I think there's 13 figures, 2 vehicles, and 1 deluxe figure. So, and Rad Art and Comics loves the Wildcats.
Yeah, I have that comic set. I'm gonna start reading.
Yeah. But I used to have this whole set, and it's part of the collection that I lost. So now I can start to put it back together again because I was able to find, like I said, most of the set. Well, I'm halfway there with what I picked up because he had 6 different figures, and then 1 other piece associated with this series. And so I was like, yeah, I'll go. It was cheap enough. I'll go for it. This is another one of those 90s properties that's still really affordable.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, these are not that expensive.
Hank said he had those as a kid.
Same as same as like the shadow figures, for example.
Yeah.
Shadow's still very affordable, and the ultimate Terminator with the removable sunglasses, and he says, "Hasta la vista, baby," and I'll be back. He says a couple of things: battle noises and light up eyes. It says so. He
Oh,
said,
Terminator 2.
"Yeah, he has two phrases and machine gun sounds
Machine
randomly,
gun sounds.
randomly when you press the button." But his articulation is like crap because it looks like it just his shoulders move. I thought his neck moves, but I don't think it does. It the neck might move, and you can see like the gigantic speaker right there.
Move that.
You see through the bullet holes in his chest,
Mm-hmm.
and they think, it looks enough like robot parts under there. We'll just put a big speaker. Battery compartment located in the back. Press button on figure to activate, which I obviously cannot do. Usually these toys have a little hole in the back so that you can test it and wear it out in the toy store.
Yeah.
And then it ends up on clearance because it was destroyed. But yeah, he had all 7 of those pieces.
Hey, Comic Mag Music.
Oh, glad you could make it. He had all 7 of those pieces.
Thanks for stopping by.
And he wanted practically nothing for it. It's like KB toy stores clearance prices is what he wanted. And I was like, oh God, I'll just go ahead and do it. And then maybe I can almost get this set done. I need what, 7 more figures in the 2 vehicles.
For those of you who don't know, Comic Mag Music has a YouTube channel. He's mainly comic books, and he does series. I love them. He does like the top 100 of something, and now he's doing pre-code.
Yeah,
and he'll do like 20 at a time. And he'll say, "Oh boy."
Oh boy. Yep.
But he shows some good books. Because of him, I bought a lot of books. Because he showed a lot of pre-code horror, a lot of EC stuff, that kind of thing, stuff that's like in my wheelhouse. But he shows some really good books, and then he'll show his pickups when he get pickups. So check him out. I think if you like comic books, you'll like his channel, especially when he do his top 100. And again, he breaks them down in the groupings of 20. Yeah. So you don't get overwhelmed with 100 things at one time. Yep. He'll spread them out. Hey, Thor, how are you?
Joining us here today.
Yeah, thanks for saying.
Gnome Ski says, oh man, that brings back memories. My mom put that giant Terminator on layaway for me at Kmart, but never got it out. Oh no, never got it out. And Kim Eunice says, why do you think the vendor was getting rid of so much stuff for so cheap?
He said that he wanted to get rid of them. He just didn't want them anymore.
Yeah. Well, I got those from another guy.
Oh, that came from another guy.
Yeah, because I don't know. Keeping in mind at the retro toy swap, okay, a lot of it's not traditional vendors there. A lot of there are standard vendors, but a lot of the guys that go out there are just people who want to try their hand at going to a show or something like that, because the retro toy swap is very cheap for vendors. Like considerably cheap for vendors by comparison to other shows. So somebody who's never done a show before can go there and test the waters.
Yeah.
Or if they just want to get rid of stuff but don't want to go to a traditional show because it's going to cost too much and they don't want to deal with eBay or whatever, I'll just go to the retro toy swap and blow it out because I don't care. Yeah,
and the guy that had all of those stuff for $5, he said, this is my first and last show. I have a lot of stuff that I want to get rid of.
You're selling the figures $5 a piece.
Yeah. He really was just giving the stuff away. And he had some other stuff that we had wanted and we walked away, came back, and it was all gone.
Yeah, I was going to circle back around to him, and it was too late. Another vendor bought him out.
Yeah, but he had a ton of Star Trek. If you wanted a Star Trek collection, you would have had everything.
The Playmates, the Playmates stuff.
Yeah, he had a lot of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Regarding the comic book artists, if Marvel, DC, and Dark Horse were to pay these artists more money, would you think we would see artists doing more books instead of just covers.
Here's the thing. Comic book artists have never been paid a lot of money, first of all, unless they were exceptional, okay? And the title sold really well. That's how guys like Liefeld and McFarlane and Jim Lee and people made money. Most of the rest of these guys that just kind of skirted along, and if they wanted to make money, they needed to crank more out. And especially nowadays, where most of these guys are drawn on a computer instead of hand drawing like it used to be done back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, whenever, and you were sitting there and you were drawing 4 or 5 different comic books a month to make a decent living. And nowadays somebody's on a computer with a little marker pen going da 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 da, and they aren't going to pay for that. They don't care. There's not as much effort going into it. You're working on one book instead of 5 or 6, like when L.B. Cole was doing books. You know what I mean?
Or Neil Adams.
So it's just not there unless you've got a big draw like McFarlane expects to be paid a lot. Alex Ross expects to be paid a lot because they still put a lot into it.
Yeah.
It's just like with anything else. You know, who's going to get the big money as an actor? The guy who's walking around in the background, or the guy who was hired to play a main part? You know?
I'll be doing a live Miko Light later tonight. I picked up a Barbie Batgirl with Batcycle. Okay. So on Tom Sawyer's channel, you can head over, and he is going to be on Miko Light later in the night, and he's going to be showing off some things he got.
Okay.
So Gilgamesh is asking which is a better read, Swamp Thing or Man Thing. I read both. They're both good reads in their own
after their own fashion.
Yeah. At first I thought it was like a parallel, but then it kind of splits off. Man Thing is a lot sadder because he can't talk, because he's mindless. Swamp Thing is sad, but he can at least talk and communicate. He has a mind that operates. Which is a better read? I can't really say. I like them both equally. They stand on their own. I'll say it like that. You wouldn't go wrong reading both of them. If you like one, I think you'll like the other. They hold their own.
Yeah, it's like asking who's a better Joker. You know, Nicholson or
Leto.
Nicholson. Not Leto. Not Leto. But you know what I mean? It's like they're almost everybody who's played the Joker has been great in their own way.
Yeah. You mean if I give you $5 for Ultimate Terminator, you'll make it tight?
No, I'm not selling the Ultimate Terminator. I'm keeping that.
Yeah, David. Toy Swap Retroville was today. Every time I hear about the Retro Toy Swap, I really wish there was something like that around me. The deals seem to be flowing. They do.
Yeah, and there was other stuff I wish I could have done, but you know, there's a limit to your budget.
Oh, here we go with that with 2 stick of gum.
Yeah, that won't happen. Thomas says those are great finds. Springfield Antique has a vendor that sells trays like your finds. He's going to be out there tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Hank says they always wanted a G.I. Joe Sky Striker. Is there really any difference between an 80s original and 30th anniversary one? I just want the Sky Striker with the pilot. Which one? The one from, are you talking about the HasLab?
Yeah, HasLab came
out. The
HasLab
one is actually built to scale.
Yeah, it's
bigger. That's
bigger.
the difference. Because the original one, you know, it's big enough for it to accommodate the figures. But the HasLab Sky Striker is properly to scale for the figures, like it's a real F-16. And Thor says, what about royalties? If Marvel or DC was to split 50-50, would that still get more artists? No, because they don't sell as many books. What's a point that's missed a lot nowadays?
Yes.
What David says, do you see any Double Dragon? Oh, yeah. We did see some Double Dragon. We saw a bunch. Yeah, we saw a couple of people had Double Dragon figures.
Yeah.
But back in the old days, when comics would sell hundreds of thousands and even millions of copies, compared to now where they're printing off uh, 10, 15, 20,000 on a title. So yeah, if they're not going to sell these titles, how much royalty money is there to go around? I mean, look at the Death of Superman. What did they sell? 3 million copies, I think. And then it went into like the third and fourth printing.
Yeah.
Or the Spider-Man McFarlane, or especially in the 90s, it was a big blast off. I mean, going all the way back, because remember, in even Action Comics #1, the first appearance of Superman sold what, 250,000 copies. They just didn't survive. They don't have them, but that's how many they've always print run like that, but not anymore. Now they don't sell like that anymore, so there's not enough to go around, really.
Yeah, and then the artists today, I think you said it already, they don't put as much time and dedication into those drawings as like Neil Adams, L.B. Cole, and all of those people did.
Yeah.
You can't say that the stuff from the pre-code era, pre-code all the way up to Bronze Age, can even compare. The stuff now don't compare to any of that. It doesn't even stand up.
Not the art, not the dialogue, the plot, nothing. Grab look at an issue of Hard Boiled. Go on the computer and look up Geoff Darrow Hard Boiled, and look at the detail, the insane hand drawn detail in those pages. Nobody's going to do that these days.
No,
nobody. So it's it doesn't compare, and that's why they can't sell the books.
Yeah, because people looked at the books, the cover, and said, man, that's some good work. You looked on the inside and the drawing was nice. It drew you in. But now you just see some garbage on the front. That's a picture of a person.
Yeah, it's a portrait cover, and people are buying 4 covers, 4 variants. And then, the artwork inside doesn't even compare with the effort that went into the cover.
No.
And a lot of those, again, are computer generated covers. They're not, or they're drawn on a computer, I should say. So.
Yeah, and then the dialogue is stupid. It's like, oh, who talks like this?
Some of the stuff in the older books, it's so word heavy, it takes a while to read it. You don't flip through the book in like 4 minutes.
No. Because when I first started reading comics, that's what I thought. I'm like, oh yeah, I just breeze through this real quick. And then I realized, whoa, wait a minute, there's some depth and substance in here. You got to slow this down and put some thought into it.
Yeah.
You can't just read this like it's, like some child book. Antique Mall near me has a new toy vendor in the mall. So much stuff seen, a lot of good prices. We'll go back next week. Okay.
And Munin says, to think they only produce several thousand of modern comics, and even then they rarely ever sell out. Nothing like the vintage comics that still sell to this day.
Yeah.
And that's, we've talked about that plenty of times, because we meet a lot of vendors, and they don't even want to buy new stuff anymore. We've talked to several vendors that have cut off their contract with Diamond because they're like, oh, we don't want any new books anymore. They don't sell anyway. And you got the only thing to sell are variants. And then you got to buy so many of the regular books to get the variants, and then you get regular books piled up everywhere with $3.99 cover prices that they can't sell on the dollar bin. And it's like, I'm just done. But all the old stuff, Copper Age, Bronze Age, even the 90s books will sell.
Yeah.
Silver Age will sell any condition, some of them, because people just want to run fillers, or they want to read them.
Yeah.
And so I'd rather just keep buying out collections of vintage stuff and keeping the store stock.
Hey, Fabio.
Oh, Fabio's here. Rather than bother with the new stuff anymore. And Thor says, thanks for explaining this. Too many folks on some of the other channels don't explain any of what you're saying. Thanks for the insight and history. Well, thanks. I'm glad you're getting something out of it.
Yeah, we try. I mean, we're not just here to blow smoke or just we're here to talk and communicate, have a conversation back and forth. It's slower than if you're in person, but still, you have a back and forth. Yeah. That's the point, I think.
Yeah.
And, is to have a conversation.
Just giving an honest opinion.
Yeah.
Hank says he's talking about the HasLab.
Oh, yeah, HasLab.
Not talking about the HasLab Sky Striker. the one for the 30th anniversary, but I think it was that the one that was that the Target exclusive one? I want to say. I think it's an exact duplicate of the original Sky Striker, actually. I think the ones that Target did when they were doing the what was it, the Python Patrol stuff and things like that back in the early 2000s. I think they're exact duplicates.
David's been collecting the Morbius run from the night. I just finished reading the question. I read the 80s, the 90s, and the one from, I think it was the 2000 with Superman, where he went to Metropolis and was helping out with that. The 80s run was really good. It was one continuous story. Then you got to the one from the 90s, and it was all standalone issues.
Yeah.
And then they had the series, it was from 2005, where the question went to Metropolis. And something went on between the 90s and 2005. And maybe it's a section of the question that I missed, because he changes into this creature that walks in both worlds.
Suddenly he has superpowers.
Yeah. And then so it doesn't explain. So I'm wondering, is it a set of books that I missed or something like that? I don't know.
Johnny, what is wrong with you?
What are you talking about? David, I tried the gum. It's good at first, but then it later turned into... Yeah, see, that's why you don't eat old food that's 40 years old.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
You don't eat gum from 1978.
It's a Target exclusive.
Yeah, I think that was when they were doing Python Patrol and
you
stuff.
Better hope you don't have diarrhea. Clean your system out. So, I mean, you save that kind of stuff if you get backed up or something that'll help you out, but not like that. There is an online site for extra.
There?
Oh, is there?
Reston is asking people. That I'm not sure about. I've not
arrived with missing and broken parts.
Yeah.
Super glue
only goes so far. Brian says, mark your calendar for the 22nd. The original Karate Kid turns 40.
Oh, is it going to be in the Is it going to be
because that's
in theaters?
been getting to be a thing recently, and that's a shame when people want to go to the theater to watch something that came out 40, 50 years ago, because the modern films suck that bad.
Yeah. But then it gives, like, cause when I was a kid, I didn't go to the movies.
Yeah.
So it'll be good just to see something, in the movie theater, get that movie theater experience. And maybe they did something to the sound to make it sound better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question had...
He didn't, but they did something in the 2000s. They changed it.
Yeah, because in the original 80s version, he was just a normal guy, a reporter that had a mask. Now, his origin started in the pre-code era, but then they picked him back up. DC picked him up, and then they did some stuff with him in the 80s. But then by the time he got to the 2000s, and like I said, it got to be a section of books that I missed. I thought I had the whole thing. He got some powers, and he can do some stuff, and he started killing people, because at first he didn't kill.
He was like Batman.
Yeah, but then he not had to, but the girl that he was watching or protecting that got thrown off on him, someone was threatening to kill her and was about to, and he ended up shooting the guy, and the guy drowned. So, he had that going on, but I don't know where these powers came from.
And then, in the Charlton Comics era, all he did was run around and punch people. So
yeah, that's how he started out in the 80s. And Batman came to him and told him that he was a loose cannon. He needed to get himself together. And then he got a mentor, and it helped him to get kind of together. But he was still a loose cannon. He didn't really have any direction. Yeah. He just went out and fought people. But I mean, the story was good. You saw his progression, his battles, and all of that. But he still needed some type of bringing together. But now, by the time he got to 2005, he was on a mission.
Yeah.
He did seem like he was dialed in better, but you don't know where them powers came from. So it was like, well, where these powers came from?
No
How did
idea.
you get that?
They just do that. They overpower people sometimes.
But I mean, he was fine without power.
Yeah.
Purple looking
Phantom. The Phantom.
Yeah. Yeah. The Phantom from Defenders of the Earth. I like them.
Well, he goes all the way back.
I know he goes all the way back
to the movie serials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was trying to collect up some of his comic books.
And it's been around for such a long time. That's hard.
Yeah.
But he ran for years and years in Charlton Comics. Mm-hmm. He ran for years back in Pre-Code. I mean, he's been around for a long time.
I got some of the Mandrake, and I was reading that. It's kind of cheesy.
The Golden Age Mandrake, it's written for kids.
Yeah, it's pretty cheesy. So I didn't care for it like all that. I thought it was going to be different, but it was kind of cheesy. So I just kind of moved on from that.
Johnny said he was dared. He was double dog dared to chew that gum.
Oh, yeah?
That's what happened. And so he had to. He had there was no choice left.
Yeah, now
what are you going to do
for the next
What are you going to do when you've been double dog dared?
Say no.
How could you say no to that? How could you say no?
With your mouth.
That makes me think of what's his name from South Park, Kyle, when that kid danced.
Oh, the dance off.
Yeah,
You've been served.
The kid danced in front of him, and he says, "You got served." And Kyle's like, "What the hell is this?" And he goes home and he tells his dad, and he was like, "He danced in front of you, and what did you do, Kyle?" And he says, "Well, nothing." And he was like, "You just stood there. You stood there and let yourself get served."
That was funny.
You're no son of mine. You're no son of mine.
That was funny.
That was stupid. Oh my God! I can't even look at you. Just let yourself get served.
Mm-hmm.
You got served. What does that mean?
Those movies was dumb though.
Yeah, though they were stupid. Who has dance-offs? Who ever did that? I've never heard of that. Unless it's on TV or something.
They do it at work.
Oh, they dance off at work?
They did it one day. They had to in the mornings.
It sounds like you're making it up.
I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. I'm serious. In the mornings, after they do the inspections on their vehicle, they'll wash it. And while they're washing and putting the stuff in the vehicles and in inventory and stuff, they had their radios playing. So the one guy turned his radio on, it was kind of loud. So the other guy turned his radio all the way up and then started dancing. So the other guy turned his all the way up and then started dancing and just kept doing it and then started dancing.
And they're getting paid for this?
And then one of the managers came out and was like, "What are you doing?" And it was like, "Oh man, you always taking our fun."
Yeah.
Phantom and the Shadow, a lot older characters are sporting the 45 pistols. It's funny now that DC has no firearms or they fit.
Yet they run Vertigo titles that are very violent. Yeah, but the Phantom, the Phantom, the Shadow, they were heavily armed.
Yeah, all of them was. All of those people were back then, but now they all.
They want to pretend. DC wants to pretend that's what it is. Unfortunately,
yeah,
they want to act like
to be non-violent,
hindering McFarlane in his ability to accessorize properly.
So now he got to sell a weapons pack.
Weapons packs separately.
The
original Spirit.
It was.
Well, that's it's just acting, pretending, virtue signaling. It gets old and everybody can see through it, but they keep doing it anyways. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Buy the weapon pack.
Yeah, buy the weapons pack to go with the figures. But what? Oh, Johnny has a question. Yeah, I wanted to ask, how do you know the bra comes off? Oh, because
K Munin said so.
Yeah, K Munin said so. Because I wasn't sure about the warrior nun and the succubus, but apparently they do. But usually there's an additional picture that I don't show when they advertise them.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they show you a picture with no bra on the figure, then yeah, it comes off.
I didn't know the Phantom had a cartoon.
An individual cartoon?
That's what David's saying.
Uh-huh.
It's actually pretty good. We seen the Flash Gordon cartoon.
Yeah, the 70s Flash Gordon was excellent.
How does he know these things? I don't know. Because I always wonder that too. But he always get it figured out.
Yeah, I got to figure something out. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. It is time for dinner. So we're going to say thank you to everybody who joined us here today. Watch out for the retro toy swap video. Will go up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will also do an additional highlight reel showcasing more closely some of the more rarer pieces that I ran into that you don't normally see.
Okay. The Japanese release of the Nun
Muse Osdo comes with pasties accessories. Really?
Oh, wow. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good night. Hope y'all upcoming week is uneventful. Until next time.